Beyonce is being accused again of doing black magic. Now here's what I'm gonna say. Everybody ain't lying. I spent probably a week doing research on all the people that they were connected with, and all of them are connected to some sort of black magic, some sort of witch.
Not Beyonce returning to that demonic voodoo mess in order to assist her and Jay-Z in escaping all the sinister things they are said to have done with Diddy. Beyonce was previously known to practice witchcraft on people and to have kept dead bodies in her home for ritual purposes. However, her nanny is finally revealing the documentation for those accusations, and it's worse than we anticipated. Furthermore, rumors have it that Ba is preventing Jay-Z from losing his millionaire title since he is becoming extremely impoverished. It makes sense that despite having a fractured knee, he has her touring back-to-back and opening new businesses at breakneck speed.
In the lawsuit, Jay-Z, that he was facing financial hardship, saying that he was not able to get business loans that he needed for his business and personal life because of these lawsuits. They've caused reputational harm, and banks denied him, even though he couldn't get loans before to save Roc Nation. And so he had to resort to a PPP loan to save Roc Nation. And how is it that a billionaire can't go into his own stash and allow his business to borrow money from him to save his business? Why does he have to run to the government to save him?
Since Ba first entered the industry, there have been claims that she is a witch. However, it gained widespread attention when Kimberly Thompson, her former drummer who has accompanied her on multiple tours for years, abruptly quit her job during the On the Run 2 tour and accused Beyonce of utilizing extreme witchcraft behind the scenes. She claimed that Beyonce allegedly sent personnel to her when she eventually canceled the tour to ensure she didn't rush to the internet. She became so terrified for her life that she applied for a restraining order against Beyonce.
I cannot make this stuff up. Beyonce's ex-drummer of 7 years, she is seeking a restraining order against Beyonce. She's accusing her of dark magic, witchcraft, tapping into her phone bill, and basically controlling her finances, her. She's saying the Beyonce camp is put up a huge harassment campaign against her, and it's overall witchcraft. She sought a restraining order in the past. It got denied, and she has another one scheduled for October 11th, but the internet is just like, what? Excuse me? And, you know, I was just at the Beyonce concert last week in Houston. It was definitely a religious experience.
What is the girl cats? A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her while she was asleep, snacking on his people cats. And guess what? They wouldn't give her the restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too, which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician and she was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music, handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band.
After this, Kimberly remained silent for years because she was being called names and even had hate mail delivered to her house. But only a few months ago, she made the decision to address this matter once more. She had a lot to say, darling. She claimed that she regrets ever having worked for Beyonce since she hasn't been able to get employment in the sector since she revealed everything. She even claimed that Solange, Beyonce's sister, was complicit in the demonic activities.
I definitely did that to definitely be so clear to cut the cord that I don't want to have anything to do with this person at all. I don't want to work with them. I'm even embarrassed that I have worked with them because it's literally shattered everything that I've tried to build after doing that work in my life. So if I have always said when I was a kid, I never would want to regret anything, but this I regret. I regret that we ever worked together because it's turned my life completely upside down. She's not been able to let me go. She's not been able to let me progress into a mature woman and work with other people, build other great entities and statues and trophies that develop in the arts world and music. She's just been a savage, stealing my intellectual property, stealing my ideas, just basically doing anything and everything to damage any type of happiness that I could have had up to current. That be in my own independent career, establishing my own company, my own music, relationships, whether it be business partnerships, personal relationships. And so I've had to do a lot of work, a lot of practice of self-love. I know that, I was that kid that grew up and always did the right things and always studied really hard and always did a lot for whoever I was working for and the company. And, that time has come and passed over and over again. And it's just been a nightmare to try to move on and do other things with other people without it getting totally destroyed. The other people I've worked with that have been on a plateau have been paid to fire me. I found this out, and then it just kept happening. So it was a pattern. You get really excited about something, you build it.
And everyone was quick to believe Kimberly, especially when she mentioned Solange, who reportedly used witchcraft on Nicki when Nicki Minaj was behaving out and dragging Jay and Beyonce online not too long ago. That's what people were saying anyway. In other words, Solange sent these demons to heroes she worshipped on Instagram as Nicki was in the heat of her tirade. The timing of her tweet led others to accuse her of hinting that she would call her idols and cast some permanent curses on Nicki if she didn't stop talking about her family. And Nicki stopped talking immediately after this post, so it's clear that she got the memo. Storm Monroe, a well-known tea blogger, spread these allegations by accusing Beyonce of being a high priestess in Hollywood. He claimed that Beyonce has close ties to Oshun, a demonic deity who is reportedly among the most potent in the universe. He claimed that Madonna still occupies a prominent position in Hollywood, where she was once the highest-ranked witch. However, Beyonce is currently the most popular queen, which is why the business treats her with such respect. However, many think that the accolades she receives come at the expense of her kids. Particularly Rumi and Sir, yes, in essence. Storm claimed that Beyonce had used Rumi and Sir as a sacrifice, which is why they are not as intelligent as Blue Dot.
Beyonce is a witch. She's a very powerful witch. She's heavy into African spirituality. She is a daughter of, I believe, either a daughter of Oshun or Yemaya. I go back and forth. I feel like it's Oshun though, but if I got it wrong, I got it wrong. But nonetheless, she's a high-ranking witch. Okay. How many people have come out and said, hey, shit, my cat started dying. Beyonce did this to me. I saw Beyonce do that. Like, this is nothing new, okay? But you got to understand, when it comes to Illuminati, to this industry, one person replaces the other. Madonna's old. Madonna is almost done. And Madonna is a very high-ranking witch. She is a high priestess. That's just pretty much what it is. Of course, the main thing Madonna practices is Kabbalah, but then there's different versions of Kabbalah, just like there's different versions of African spirituality. But then I also believe that in addition to African spirituality, I do believe that Beyonce is into dark magic and black magic as well, her and Jay-Z. And we're just going to leave it at that.
People clearly began conducting their own research to determine whether Bey had a history of doing such things once. Storm made this public. And there was. When Bey debuted her notorious Sasha Fierce persona, it appears that she was the one who initially sparked these suspicions. She disclosed that she felt possessed each time she used the alter persona. Beyonce believes that because she's inherently shy and cannot act without Sasha Fierce taking complete control of her body, she only summons her alter ego to take over when she needs to perform. I raised my hands up just before I performed for the BET Awards, and it was the first time I felt something else come into me, she remarked. I was aware that the award event would be my coming out night. As if things couldn't get any worse, Beyonce's former dancer, Kata Shari, recently came out and accused her of paying individuals to abduct her child and then take her to South Africa. This was apparently Kata's penalty for leaving Beyonce after learning about the suspected witchcraft. Are you serious? You demanded that my child be depressed? You are a wicked witch. Basically, see how my kid is doing. I'm going to blow this thing out of proportion. You went too far, Beyonce. You must be joking with me. I'm the kid you raised to be famous. You failed to remember that your role was limited to placing takeout orders. Your fame never went as planned. For the sake of my profession, I remained silent when it was occurring to me. With my goddaughter, no. I'm going to blow your mind. Jigger and Hash Destiny's Child. Yes, but it goes beyond that. Jaguar Wright reportedly accused Beyonce of practicing witchcraft in her home during her angry interview with Piers Morgan last year, which resulted in Beyonce and Jay-Z threatening lawsuits. She claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce kept the bodies of the persons they allegedly killed at their home and utilized them for their rituals.
The Me Too movement was a real.
But get this. Everyone. Rumor has it that Beyonce's former nanny gave Jaguar all of this information regarding the alleged victims of Beyonce and Jay at their home. Although this nanny's identity has not been made public, rumors have it that she was employed by B and J at the time of the twins' birth but left after seeing the demonic chaos. She knew Jaguar had the courage to come out and tell them what she knew, so she rushed to inform him when she saw him spying on them. The nanny apparently didn't want to reveal all of this information right once for fear of being blacklisted like the former drummer and dancer. Solange already revealed that she was practicing witchcraft, and people still believe those things. One person stated, "Women are dishonest. Horrible. People, it's time to use common sense." Another commented, "At first, I thought these accusations were crazy. But now I'm not surprised because Beyonce did say that her grandmother would burn candles for her mom to have her. Now though, I'd like to hear your opinions. How do you feel about the claims that Beyonce uses black magic? And do you honestly think she's getting involved in that issue in an attempt to help Jay-Z get out of his purported financial difficulties? Please share your opinions in the space provided for comments below. Remember to watch this other dirty video by clicking here.